course, that's what matters. All right, gentlemen, straight to our next conversation. Politics is often a game of shifting allegiances, where yesterday's critic becomes today's ally. Ambassador-designate Reno Omokri has confirmed that he long apologized to President Tinubu over the vile comments he made against him during the 2023 election campaigns. Omokri had, at the time, amongst other things, accused the president of falsely claiming to be a graduate of Chicago State University. However, the former presidential aide made a U-turn in October 2023 and has since been working with the Tinubu-led government. Only recently, he was confirmed as an ambassador-designate and he is expected to be deployed anytime soon. In addition, Omokri has backed the electronic transmission of results amid controversy trailing the proposed Electoral Act amendment. He, however, maintained that real-time transmission of election results electronically is unrealistic. Okay, BKO, Reno Omokri said he already apologized to the president, face-to-face about his past comments. And he also described Showere's reference to it in court as childish. Now, how valid will you describe Reno Omokri's stance here?
You know, sometimes we goof. We sometimes do not remember that the internet doesn't forget. Reno said a lot of things about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu that I know he will be ashamed of now if those things were played to his hearing. I know that in his heart of hearts he will be thoroughly ashamed that he said those things. But as Mahatma Gandhi said, no man can attain perfection while in the body. We are imperfect beings. Many thoughts go through our minds in a day. Things that we shouldn't even be thinking about. If people have the opportunity to know what goes on in a man's heart, some of the people that we see as the most pious, we will see that their hearts, the inner recesses of their hearts are as dirty as a sewage pit. We are not perfect people. But in the things we do, in the things we say, no man is by nature perfect. So, and Mr. President is someone who is so quick to forgive. This is a rare quality that he has. He's so quick to forgive. He doesn't harbor animosity for too long. Once you retrace your steps, he's happy to embrace you with both hands. We've seen a lot of people who had said negative things about him. They are back now as people very close to him. You know, people that he fell out with some years back in Lagos, today they are among the closest to him. For this reason, some people are not happy with the president. They do not understand why he continues to bring closer to him those who had said so many negative things about him. And Reno said a lot of negative things. But according to him, he said those things because he felt they were true. But the moment he discovered that they were not true, he withdrew everything that he said. And he said that on October 1, 2024, he apologized to the president to his face for what he said. He also said, I went to Chicago University. I was the first to say he attended the university. And he said, he clarified that he was not criminally convicted based on legal interpretation. He affirmed that forfeiture of funds does not equate to conviction. In the days leading to the election of 2023, people like Festus Keyamo came on TV to say, no, this is not conviction. It's not civil forfeiture does not constitute criminal conviction, but people are saying all kinds of things because they also wanted to win the election. So Omokri is saying that he withdrew all the allegations after fresh evidence and court rulings contradicted his claims. And he said he formally withdrew the allegations on TV. During the TV appearance, he formally withdrew all the allegations. He pointed to the Supreme Court ruling on the presidential election disputes, and that after that, he withdrew all of what he said. He stopped saying those things. So to him, Sowore citing what he said, because that's basically what Sowore has been doing. He's been quoting he's been playing back what Asiwaju said to Bola Tinubu. I mean, what Asiwaju said to...
what Reno said.
No, he's been quoting what Asiwaju said to Olusegun Obasanjo.
Oh, okay.
He's been quoting what Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu said to Goodluck Jonathan. But all of this cannot be your own defense. If you call a man a criminal, you have to explain why, you have to justify calling him a criminal. Has he ever been convicted? Was there a court that convicted him and affirmed that indeed he's a criminal? So you should be defending yourself in a different way. And that's why Reno said, if you go to court and you are charged with a crime, you don't say this person also did it. That is a very childish defense.
Yes.
So that's what Reno said. And he added that at the time I said those things, I believed they were true. When I found out they were not true, I dropped them. So that's his own response to Reno. I mean to Sowore, that if you said something, your defense shouldn't be that somebody else said that some time ago. I mean, I don't know. If somebody else said that and others chose not to go to court, that is the thing. But you may libel me now. I may choose not to go to court.
Okay.
I may not see it as an issue. But you cannot get away with it with another person.
That's true.
Another person may say, okay, I'm going to court. I won't allow you to get away with this. And you don't then get to court and be pointing in the direction of somebody who did the same thing some time ago. I don't know how a judge will sit and decide that, oh, because somebody too says that some time ago and no action was filed, therefore it was right for this person to say that. So this is basically what Reno is saying. Reno has sinned and has elected to sin no more. And I believe that the president has forgiven him.
I believe so too. I mean, why do you think the likes of Omoyele Sowore, they're holding on to Reno's past comments against him, even in court? Why?
Obviously, he wasn't satisfied with the nomination Reno got as ambassador nominee, because there's no connecting point, between his case and Reno. He wasn't there to defend. The case was not between him and Reno, but I know where it was coming from. He may be happy. He wasn't happy that Reno was appointed or nominated as an ambassadorial nominee. But let me deviate a bit, please. Pulling what Jesus said, I think the president has a forgiving spirit.
Yeah, I was about to ask the tolerance level of the president.
He's tolerant because we all witnessed what happened, and I don't want to go into it, because he has chosen to forgive him. So if he has forgiven him, and tell him, go in peace and sin no more. I don't have a problem with it. maybe he's even, I'm sure he's working for the president. I mean, maybe this is part of the reason why the president is even still more relevant in the political space, because there are things people will say about you that to even get to forgive them, it's, you know, it's hard. You know, when to forgive, because I have names of people, you know, prior to the election, you know, it was extreme, it was gross, you know, but then he has forgiven them. This Reno Reno and the Shawore angle, I'm sure they have personal beef, and it has nothing to do with Reno being an ambassador. Just as Jerry said, all you need to do at that point, all Shawore needs to do at that point, is to marshal this case before the court, and because bringing Reno, of course, bringing Reno into the case, wouldn't help him. I have issue initially when I heard that the president nominated Reno as, you know, as an ambassador nominee. In fact, that's the angle I wanted to go.
But the thing is, for those who still judge, you know, Reno Omokri for supporting President Tinubu, should his past criticism be used, you know, to undermine his current credibility?
See, again, the president, no matter how you look at him, no matter the side you belong to, he's a good man. The president is a good, forget it. Forget, you can't just come insult me today and tomorrow come on the same table with me. It's not possible. It's very rare. So if it's today,
so you think if someone insults you, I want to work with it.
That's why I say it's gross and extreme. There is a way you insult someone.
Not many people.
It goes off like that.
Exactly.
There are some things you do. It will be very difficult for me to sit on the same table with you. It's very difficult. But if he's working for the president and he chose to let him go, why not? That is him. It may be, you know, maybe it may even be one of the reasons that, you know, is even dominating the political field. I don't have a problem with that, but I'm talking about myself.
Yes.
He has forgiven him.
Let
good for
go,
him.
then.
Good for him. Maybe I'm saying something, you know, you may have seen him quite, you know, personally and said this, but
exactly.
That's the president for you.
Well,
you know, he has forgiven him. I have no problem with it.
All right, let me come to BK. I mean, BK, how do you think Nigerians generally perceive public figures who switch from being a critic to being a supporter? How do you think Nigerians perceive such?
Yeah, they generally see such people as turncoats, people who cannot be trusted and all that. But it's a man's choice to decide whether he wants to be a critic forever,
okay,
or to join a government that he thinks is doing well. You know, the same thing happens in other African countries. Look at Kenya. The biggest of the opposition figures decided to join the ruling party. So it's not a new thing. And I believe that Reno has done so well. Within the short time that he began to support Mr. President, he's done extremely well. He's marketed the president very well. He's always quick to tackle the president's traducers. And he is very good with the use of data. Yes, sometimes he makes mistakes that people capitalize on. But by and large, he's a data-driven fellow, and he does his best to project the administration. So
and also,
for me,
BK,
I do not have anything against him.
And also, BK, he has also backed the use of electronic transmission of results. I mean, how will you describe his submission on the issue?
Yes, you see, the thing is, who is against electronic transmission of results? I don't think any patriot, I don't think any sensible person will be against it. And I don't think the issue is that people are against it.
Okay.
The issue is people don't believe that you should come up with a law that says that it must be transmitted real time. Because once you say it must be transmitted real time, then it becomes a problem. It can even lead to a legal logjam where there is no network. I hear people saying, oh, there is POS everywhere, there is this. Senator Ningi, I was reading that Senator Ningi said everywhere there is POS. it is not everywhere that you have POS. I dare him to go to Brilingwari and try to use a POS. This is a place that I've been to. And POS will not work because there is no base station that is standing. Wi-Fi can only work where there is network.
Yes.
So it can boost the network, it can help you. But where there is no base station, where bandits have destroyed all the base stations, all the infrastructure that telecommunication companies put on ground, they've destroyed everything. You are now expecting that POS will work. I mean, how do people reason like that? It will not work. And that's what we are saying, that there are many people. I said on this program, I mentioned even in Osun State, wards where you can't use your phone.
Yes.
I've not seen anybody who came out to say, Jide, you lied. Because what I said is a product of investigation. Kuriga in Kaduna State, they packed students. There was no means of calling to say our students have been packed. The current Minister of Defense told me in an exclusive interview that the military only got to know the day after those children had been taken away. I'm saying this on TV. So instead of people arguing blindly, they should try to find out, is this true or is not true? So Senator Ningi saying POS works everywhere in Nigeria is a lie from the pit of hell. There are places where you cannot use POS. There are places where you can't use your phone in this country. And we are prepared to prove it. That is why the word real time is meaningless in the grand scheme of things, because there are places where you cannot use your phone. Even the upload of results by INEC in 2023, weeks after the election, they were still uploading.
Okay.
So if it was possible to upload real time, why were they still uploading weeks after the election? So this is the reality. Even our NCC cannot say that Nigeria has 100% internet coverage. They can't say that. So where we do not have coverage, do the people not deserve to vote? And if they must vote, can you, in honesty and fear of God, claim that you can transfer a result real time when your phone is not working? So we just magnify things and make things unnecessarily complex in our country. And they've not told us where in the world that that voting is fully electronic. Even in India, the biggest democracy in the world, it is a combination of manual as well as electronic voting.
Oh.
The same thing in America. The mail-in ballots, those mail-in ballots,
Yes.
by the diasporans, those who are living outside of the U.S.
Yes.
Is it not manually that they vote?
Yeah, it's manual.
It's manual. The mail-in ballot, it comes, you vote normally, and they send it. Sometimes the election is even over, but those votes will come in all the same. What happened in Florida in 2003 when they had to count? And by the time that it was time for the president to emerge statutorily by the Constitution,
yes,
they had not even finished counting manually in Florida. They had to declare that George W. Bush was the winner. Is it not before our eyes that it happened?
Yeah, it did. It happened. I mean,
so they should leave us alone and stop these lies that the POS works everywhere. That is a lie from the pit of hell. I'm prepared to prove it.
Okay, then. I mean, just take it home.
POS doesn't work everywhere. They should stop telling lies.
POS does not work everywhere. But on Reno's submission on his back in electronic transmission of results, your thoughts?
You said it because, let's put it this way. At the end of the day, it's electronic transmission of results in real time. We've passed that at this point because I know that's the direction we're going to go. My problem is this. Nigerians have trust issues with their leaders. A country where there are no trust issues, all these things will be coming up.
Oh.
We won't even put our eyes there because we trust that the process will be free, fair, and credible. That's why everybody's picking holes in it. I want to know, you have to. So at this point, we're talking about there are some places you don't have network, here we don't have. I think between now and 8 years ago, let's say by May, to be 3 years of this administration, combined with Buhari's, that's 11 years. We ought to have invested in this area if we want our election to be free, fair, and credible. Without all this noise. At this age, we shouldn't be talking about transfer. We should be talking about electronic voting.
So if the trust is actually there,
it's simply trust issue.
Trust issue.
Yeah, because we shouldn't be doing this. And I can assure you, we're going to talk about this about 8 years' time. By God's grace, if you're still here,
let's hope we don't.
Because yes, we shouldn't do that.
Let's hope we don't.
Now, okay, let's assume that this election comes and we still go on this path. Then after the election, what do we do to correct it? We shouldn't be going to, because I've witnessed election. You don't go and start on printing and all. You should vote. Just wait your thumb. I mean, by the BVS, you just do that and then you vote and you go home. I don't need to queue and wait. That's the trust issue I'm talking about. Wait for the result to be counted. Then we're following the ballot box.
Well, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
All right, gentlemen, we need to go on this quick break. And when we return,